Kush, a very good morning to you and a happy new year. Good to see you after a long time. Now, Nifty has been making lower lows in the first three sessions of 2024. January 21, I think we closed somewhere around the 21,681 mark. January 2 around the 21,550 mark, and yesterday around the 21,500 mark. Does that indicate a departure from the previous bullish trend that we were seeing, or is it too soon to say?
Hi, first, a very good morning and a very happy new year to you, your entire team, and all the viewers. Well, this was kind of anticipated, wasn't it? I mean, the December month, not just, I mean, in India, globally was a superb month, right? After that, a bit of a pullback. I think no one's complaining from here on. I think even if the indices slip, another couple of 100 points, let's say to 21,200, 21,300 kind of zones, I don't think it will be too much of a worry. In fact, it'll just set up stage for a bigger up move from here on. In fact, the last couple of days have actually been encouraging in a slightly different way. I'll share something interesting with you. If you see the last couple of years, what's happened is January, we all know for the last 5 years has been a month which has given negative returns, but not before it crossed the December highs. At least for the last couple of years, that's been the case. This time around, we've started off on a weak note. We've not seen that suckers rally, as we call it, and we've actually gone down. Now, that is creating a case or creating a base for the Nifty to sort of, spring higher from here. Can January spring a positive surprise? There is a possibility emerging now, or, as we've been maintaining now, at the very least, we're setting up for new highs in February and March, if January remains muted.
All right. And what's your view on Nifty Bank now? The index had corrected about 1,000 points from the all-time high levels, but we saw a very good recovery take place in yesterday's session, which was also the weekly contract expiry for the index. Can we expect a bit of a turnaround given that the index has seen a good bit of healthy correction?
Well, if I start with a very broad view, let's say for the entire year, we think Bank Nifty is set to outperform the Nifty, for 2024. We saw a bit of an underperformance on the Bank Nifty for 2023. I think, that equation is set to correct itself and the Bank Nifty could move higher. Now, we did see some of, some downside on the Bank Nifty, but the fact that, we held on to the 200, 20-day moving average rather on closing yesterday, and we're rebounding from there is also a positive sign. I won't call it out of the woods yet, because for the next couple of days, if we sustain, at this level, fair. If not, and if the 20-day moving average, which is close to 47,700, 47,600 kind of zones, if that is broken, we could slip further to 47,000. But again, that is just to say that the December outperformance will perhaps just correct itself, and we'll see a strong base forming. So for now, as long as 47,600 is held, we could see some sort of a rebound, to 48,300 kind of zones. But from there on, it remains to be seen whether we go, a further high from there, or perhaps slip a little further.
Good morning, Kush. A very happy new year to you. Now, I draw your attention towards Bajaj Finance. Just one day after the company shared its business update, that its assets under management have jumped 35% to 3.11 lakh crore, crossing the 3 lakh crore mark for the first time. The share price has given gains of only around 12% in the last 1 year, and today it seems to have, as we speak, risen 3.73%. What do you make of Bajaj Finance? Do you think it is up for a rally now that the announcement has come just yesterday?
So, first up, a very happy new to you too. I think this is rather precariously, rather delicately placed, and I'll tell you why. Bajaj Finance has been the darling stock for the markets, for the investors, and even for us for a very long time now. But if we see the near-term trend, by that I mean the last 6 to 8 months, the stock's actually been in a lot of a pressure. Every rise has turned out to be a selling opportunity, and that's turned out to be profitable. The same was the case, just about 10-15 days ago. Now, if I draw a trend line from, let's say, the October highs till now, this is the first time, after, 3 to 4 months rather, that the stocks actually jumped up above the trend line, but it's failing to hold those, high levels. So today's high, if you see, is 77 or 200. We've seen it come off the highs just yet. So for me, it's a little delicately placed because there is very clear, very evident selling pressure on the stock. Perhaps on account of the competition that Jio is about to bring in. Could be that. But from a technical standpoint, also 77, 77.50 is a resistance zone for the for the bank Bajaj Finance rather. I'm sorry, and we see that playing out. So if we take out 77.50 over the next couple of days in this momentum, then perhaps. But if it fails to happen and if we slip below 7,600, then I think the short trade on Bajaj Finance will continue. Hence, I say it's rather precariously placed. If anyone's bought it at a lower level of 70, 7100, 7200, it's a good idea to have your trailing stop losses close to 7,600.
All right, that's the view on Bajaj Finance. But also want to draw your attention to another stock that's making headlines, and that is Adani Enterprises. Now, the stock has in fact tripled since its 52-week lows. Favorable verdict came out yesterday in the favor of the group, where SE quashed the petitions that were filed against the group in regards to the Hindenburg allegations. What's your view on Adani Enterprises? We are a fair distance away from the 52-week high, but we have seen a tremendous rally in the last 1 year or so, haven't we, Kush?
Oh, absolutely. And now with most of the things out of the way, I think the stock is set for a clear run upwards. I know we've actually moved quite a bit already, but then again, let's remember that that was on the back of certain news, and that is also now cleared up. I think the stock now positionally has a very clear run. I wouldn't be surprised to see 3,500 as the first level on this one and 3,800 going forward. And by that I mean, the next couple of quarters, the stock could move up to those levels. So for me, with a lot of these news points out, Adani stocks become a very clear buy. Although not the entire group per se, a couple of stocks like Adani Ports, Adani Power, Ambuja Cements remain our top pick. But the group obviously will be beneficiary with a lot of overhang sort of getting out of the way. On the downside, we see a strong support at 2,700. So even on a positional basis, if one's looking for a stop loss, that's where I would place it.
Okay, 2,700 on the downside at Adani Enterprises. Apart from this, and what would you recommend for our viewers today, Kush? The stocks.
Couple of stocks. The property pack has been doing phenomenally well. In fact, if you see today, a lot of names that had not really run up as much are also playing catch up. Brigade Enterprises and the likes of Soba developers. My pick is from that space. Shriram Properties. We had seen a very clear breakout in this stock yesterday. Also, the momentum, is continuing on the way up, despite the kind of stupendous move that we've seen from about 70 levels, just about in August. The stocks practically doubled from there. There aren't any signs of overheating. Volumes have also been picking up rather well. So the near-term targets on this one are 135 and 138. 126 is where I would place my stop loss. My second pick is cements. The capital goods theme is perhaps going to be the theme for 2024. Siemens has a lot of catching up to do. It had underperformed for the better part of the second half, last year. Now it's come back with a bang. So I think from a near-term perspective, 41.80, 42.50 are the levels that one should watch for. 4020 is where I would place my stop loss. So Siemens and Shriram Properties are the two picks that we're looking at.
All right, that's Kush Bohra for you, sir. Always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for joining us here on News9.
Always a pleasure. Have a great day.